Of AFT 101 with Angela, and I just wanted to open up today. This is specifically about using Young Living essential oils for your Aroma Freedom Technique. These are the tools that you need to make AFT work for you. So let's talk a little bit about why essential oils, why Young Living essential oils, and how they work together to really break apart that memory complex in the brain as you are working on AFT, just so you get a little of the backstory. So I'm going to be reading from the Aroma Freedom Technique book. Remember, you can get this book in its entirety from drperkis.com or his website or on Amazon. So first of all, please remember that there are several main strategies that you can use essential oils for emotional balancing. Sometimes people diffuse essential oils in the home or workplace to create a calming or uplifting ambiance. Some people enjoy a massage with essential oils when it's usually diluted to bring about a relaxation response. Some people take a bath with essential oils. I like to mix a half a cup of Epsom salts with a half a cup of baking soda, add a little bit of lavender to that mixture, and just soak in the bath for a few minutes every evening. Some people choose to smell oils directly from the bottle or a cloth or some sort of diffuser jewelry as they need it throughout the day. Others will have an aromatherapy session where you can apply the oils specifically in order to breathe in their aroma. And there are dozens of other household uses to just keep essential oils kind of flowing throughout our homes to create that emotional balancing that we often need in our lives. So AFT, just to remind you, is an entirely new method of combining pure essential oils with established psychotherapy practices to enhance deep emotional release and gentle reconfiguring of thoughts, feelings, and beliefs. So we love essential oils from Young Living because we know there is a seed to seal promise that comes from Young Living. So all of our essential oils are exactly what they say on the bottle, and we don't have to be concerned that they've been distilled improperly or that they haven't passed our very high and rigorous testing. It also is really important that you're using Young Living essential oils because these essential oils are very, very powerful and potent, and you wouldn't want to be breathing in solvents or other sorts of things that can be added to essential oils in the marketplace because that would be dangerous to you and not helpful. So let's go back to the sense of smell as a way to just remind you of the importance of using these essential oils and your sense of smell to maximize your opportunity in AFT to kind of reset your body and emotional balance. So for example, I just want to read this part on page 21. It is the power of scent to act as a signal that we can use for enhancing our emotional life. If scent acts as a signal and this automatically triggers responses in our brain, can we use this power intentionally to create emotional changes? Absolutely. In one well-publicized experiment, Susan Schiffman, a psychologist at Duke University, sprayed the scent of pleasant odors, such as chocolate chip cookies, into New York City subway cars. The writers were found to become about 50% less likely to push, shove, and become aggressive. So again, we don't have an oil blend that smells exactly like chocolate chip cookies, but you can see that even something simple like that really does have the capability of shifting emotions. So the good news is that positive odor emotional conditioning occurs very frequently. We can surround ourselves with the scents that we associate with love, joy, competence, and fun. These scents can create a garden of delight that is supportive, strengthening, and healing. Students can condition themselves to scents and then use these scents to boost confidence and performance during test taking. So I'll just give a quick story about this for myself in terms of that garden of delight. When I was going through a divorce, which is a really traumatic and difficult time for a lot of folks, I started intentionally using the essential oil blend of joy. Now, if you've ever smelled joy, it can be super flowery and overwhelming to the senses. But what I found is that the more I used it, the lighter I felt and the easier it became for me to enjoy the scent. And this is how I applied it. I would take joy the bottle of joy, and I would put a drop into my palm, rub it together, and I would hold it over my heart as a meditative practice in the morning. And I would ask God to lighten my heart with joy, to bring love and joy back into my life when I felt very lonely and a very, very dark, dark time. And I would just kind of meditate on those words and open myself to that prayer, so that my heart could be full again, and that I could be assured in that moment that I was a beautiful creation from God. And that divine connection, I think, really got me through the darkest times of my divorce. So again, we can use essential oils to affect this change. AFT uses them in a particular order. So let me tell you a little bit about why Dr. Perkis chose lavender, frankincense, and stress away. So he says on page 92, so again from the end of this book, we saw how the sense of smell is integrally connected with the feeling and emotional sense. Something powerful happens when we smell an essential oil as we are focusing our attention on a memory complex. Now keep in mind that memory complex is the negative thought, how you feel about it, where your body feels that feeling, and a time when you felt the same way. It is something that cannot be fully understood until one experiences it, but many people describe it as the memory just kind of washed away, or I found it harder to think about the memory after a little while. We talk about a shift happening, whether it be in your feelings or in that memory complex, or a fade that happens to the intensity of the emotion. Smelling the oil actually disrupts the memory complex itself. The oil stimulates a new feeling, which in a sense displaces the previously identified feeling. Because two different feelings cannot occupy the same space at the same time, the memory complex dissolves. So isn't it cool to know that these essential oils have the power to shift so dramatically how you've been feeling about something, just with a few inhalations and focus on that memory complex. Now let's talk about the fact that Dr. Perkis uses lavender, frankincense, and stress away, all three essential oils, from the premium starter kit, as the synergistic blend called the memory release mixture, to make this sudden and yet sometimes very subtle shift. He found that these three essential oils, from the basic kit, kind of the most versatile oils that we have, the best way our members get started, he used these essential oils because of their calming properties. So he did a little bit of research and found some research that supported that. He cites that in the book as well. Lavender, frankincense, and then the vanilla. Actually, the vanillin, which is the scent molecule of stress away. Those three oils work together, again, in that first or second round to help calm your anxiety, your discomfort, your sadness, your fear, whatever it is that you're having. And those essential oils then literally break apart that memory complex, because now you're starting to feel more calm. So let's talk about what you can use in rounds 2 and 3. Inner Child is a blend from Young Living that is recommended for round 2, and Release is another essential oil blend from Young Living recommended for round 3. Now, if you are in your affirmation phase and you do not have transformation, you could use Lemon out of the premium starter kit, or also Valor. And we're super excited to have Valor back in a roll-on, another kind of grounding essential oil. So let's look quickly, again, some substitutions and ideas about why. One of the things Dr. Perkis says with your essential oil choices is that it's something that you connect to. Let the scent do the work. Trust the process. So, for example, in the memory release blend, lavender, frankincense, and stress away. Also, if you do not have Inner Child, perhaps you want to use an essential oil blend like Peace and Calming during that second round. Also, in the third round, if you don't have Release, you might want to use Purification. So again, another kind of cleaning out, so to speak, or releasing kind of those lighter, brighter scents that you can use as well. And then if you are looking for something else besides transformation, one suggestion a practitioner shared with me is to use a drop of peppermint, 3 drops of lemon and 3 drops of frankincense, and use that as your during your affirmation phase as well. Another blend that I like for the end is Believe. I find Believe with the to be very grounding. So again, something that's going to anchor in that new understanding of what you've shifted out with your memory complex and what you are putting in its place using essential oils. So I feel really, really blessed that we have the opportunity in Young Living to have these essential oils at our fingertips, ready to be used at a moment's notice, because we know that aroma is the fastest way to either flick our amygdala into alarm or give us sense of calm. So this opportunity to reset at any moment using essential oils is one of the most valuable things I can think of in being able to pass along AFT to you and to other people who get a lot of value out of this.